Hey there, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Gates of Graceland. I'm Kevin Kern, joined today by the lovely Priscilla Presley. And Priscilla, we just cut the ribbon on the brand new Elvis Presley's Memphis. Quite the complex.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
A big day for Graceland, an enhancement to the Graceland visitor experience. But today I want to take a step back in time. Will you go back with me to 1982 when we opened Graceland?
Wow, we're going
when you opened
that far
Graceland.
Back?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Wow, 1982. Wow, those were the days. It was... oh, gosh, frightening. You know, Jack Soden was with me, and I searched him out, and he became our CEO. Against all odds, with my cohorts, they wanted me an approval for all of us to just sell Graceland. That was not going to happen. I am making a very long story short so that I know we only have a little bit of time. But anyway, that was not going to happen, so decided to open it up as a museum, but not really a museum, but just his home so that people come.
So a home tour.
Home tour, exactly. Jack said it best. The most frightening we were was because, you know, we sent out, it's like not like we sent out invitations and we were going to get RSVPs on who was coming. And we had no idea if anyone was going to come or not. So we were a nervous wreck. All the press showed up. People started showing up. We opened the gates of Graceland, and the rest is history.
The rest, as they say, is history.
The rest is history.
And Graceland remains in the family today. And that was very important to you back in that day.
Absolutely. Elvis has made many statements that he'd never get rid of Graceland, that he loved Graceland. And, I mean, that was home for him. That's where he always, after movies, after touring, after Las Vegas, his appearances, he would come home. This was home, not California, not anywhere else. And he never had plans of selling it. Never could see himself selling it. So when I became one of the executors, it was, you know, it was never going to happen.
And today, Graceland welcomes hundreds of thousands of visitors from around the world each and every year. But for you and Lisa, does it still feel like home when you come back to Memphis?
Absolutely, it does. I can walk in that door, that front door, even in the back door, and it feels like I never left, Kevin. I swear, it's like I could just pick up and you know, do what I did. It's just a very... I mean, yes, it's been so many years there, but even coming back, it just still feels like home. And I know it feels that way for Lisa as well. I mean, obviously, she was only 9 years old, but old enough to have been left an impression, you know, of that being home. She would come here to visit during the holidays. She would come and visit a couple of weeks in the summer. So, and of course, she had a lot of childhood memories on the golf cart all over, just like her dad. So, yeah, it still feels like home, especially when everyone leaves and it's closing time. To go there, it's surreal.
The legacy of Elvis Presley lives on today through his music, through his movies, but also how important is Graceland to the Elvis legacy today to keep it going?
Oh my gosh, that's the heart and soul of everything. Graceland is the heart and soul, and that's been proven. People come here not once or twice, but people keep coming back and they can't get enough. I've had letters from fans all over the world saying they can't wait to come back. They're saving to come back. They're bringing friends back or a husband back. There's something that people connect to, and I feel that is the spirit of Elvis Presley there. I mean, they don't want to leave the meditation garden. It's a sanctuary. It has become somewhat like that. I mean, it was that way for Elvis when he would ever come home. That's where he felt safe and felt like he could be who he was. And I think fans get that.
Mm-hmm. When we go back in the archives and look at that footage of you on the steps of Graceland announcing that public tours are starting, did you ever think back in 1982 that this many years later we would be welcoming our 20 millionth visitor to Graceland? I know you spoke to them on the phone when they came through the turnstiles. Yeah. Did you ever think we would get to that day?
Never. No, I never expected 20 million people. I never thought about it. I just was happy that they were experiencing Graceland and experiencing coming back and wanting to come back and the joy that it gave people. And you want to open your doors, especially the stories that come out of it. And Elvis, knowing that he was a giver, knowing how generous he was, knowing that people have expressed their feelings about coming back to his home and getting why he loved it so much, I just see a smile on his face. I think that would be something that he would want to do.
Well, Priscilla Presley, thank you so much for opening the doors of Graceland to his fans and visitors from around the world, and congratulations on the success of the albums, the tours, and Elvis Presley's Memphis, and we look forward to having you back here in August.
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, it's going to be big. I think across the street, the complex is going to show so much more of Elvis. I think the fans are going to be pleasantly surprised. It's going to be a whole new experience for them. A much better experience.
Well, thank you so much for cutting the ribbon. No, you are not. You are not. And of course, we love having you on the Gates of Graceland. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in August. And that wraps up this edition of the Gates of Graceland. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.